Nique Loves Rhodes is a socially conscious hip-hop artist who is ready to take the world by storm with her inspiring lyrics and catchy beats. Here she is in action.
I woke up this morning, a lot on my mind. If we gotta change the world, it's gotta start with that.
It's the greatest thing ever, just to be able to take an idea, create it, and have people like rock to your music.
Let's make love our #1 mission, cause love heals all, so let's get to the healing, real love.
I'm born and raised in Detroit all my life. Grew up on the west side. Hip hop, it was really like a really positive outlet for me. It's just getting out those emotions and just being creative. Coming up, like I had a lot of like, like issues within the home, like family. My mom gave me a notebook. I specifically remember her giving me a notebook, and she told me, anything that you think or feel, write it down. And so probably I would say since like 7, I would just write poems and things like that. And then I was heavily involved in my church at the time, and we had a youth explosion. So it's like where different teens in the community, they would come and they would like showcase their talents. And so I did a poem, and somebody was like, yo, it sounds like you're rapping, you should try to start rapping.
Make my vision plain, write it down, focus on it, mission possible right now.
The history of hip hop is something that I grew up on, but I never really thought about it until somebody approached me and was like, you should try to rap, and it just came natural to me.
Dream chaser, realize dreams my way, dream chaser.
We are in the Hive rehearsal studios. It's the rehearsal space for me and my band. So we come here, we jam, we rehearse for upcoming shows. I'll come here occasionally and like write and rehearsal on different songs that I'm working on.
My job don't got me going anywhere no time soon. Don't like my major, I'm just trying to get up out of school.
The first stereotype that I always get is people don't even expect me to rap. The first thing people say, oh, you sing? And I'm like, no, I don't sing. And so they say, well, what do you do? And I'm like, I rap. And they're like, oh, really? You don't look like a rapper. As soon as like I start performing, they're like, oh, I didn't expect that. I think the second thing that is a misconception we have of the hypersexualized female hip hop artists that get a lot of mainstream appeal. And I'm definitely like the opposite of that. And I do it really almost like intentionally sometimes to really show like there's different facets of what a woman in hip hop looks like. And so I try to be that positive, socially conscious, and bring like a balance to what's perceived as what is a female hip hop artist. I really just try to use music as a tool to like uplift people. I think now more than ever people need to be inspired in some way. Peace, love, and revolution, those are like my key words. I definitely choose also to shed light on what's going on like socially in a creative way. Really just getting people to think about situations differently.
I'm riding around listening to the ghosts of the past, wondering what if their lives would have lasted. I'm talking Michael, Whitney, Aaliyah, Left Eye, Pac, Biggie, Marley, Hendrix, Cobain.
I come from the school of like Bob Marley and people like that who use music as a tool to push for social change and enlighten people and uplift people, and I think that's just needed now. Like we see the same issues that we saw back in the 50s and 60s. And music was the kind of the driver. Even if you look at like what's going on like politically, a lot of people are like, anti-establishment. We want change and we want, equality, and it's so many issues that are kind of like dominating right now. And I think self-reflection and just like having people be honest with themselves is the solution. You look at even the issue of like racism. That starts like you learn it, and then you act it out, and it's your own personal, biases and prejudice against people. That starts internally. They can change whatever laws, but as long as people have a heart like that to look at somebody and make judgments off of somebody, laws can change, but people's hearts have to change.
Just wanna be great, run into my dreams, hope I don't be late, nah.
Hip hop is improvisation is rooted in that. And so for me, when I'm creating songs, typically I would start with a concept in mind. So I may say, I want to write about this topic, and then I'll connect with the producer I work with, and so they'll just pull up beats, and whatever connects with me at the time, now it's like, okay, I like that beat. I was actually just sitting with my keyboard player, Barry, and he was just like playing beats, and if I hear something, I'm like, okay, I know I can write to that. It's very weird because there's no like ABC formula. It's literally like the words will just come to me.
God gave me back in May of '88. 20-something years later, I'm up at the plate and
I think as an artist, you're almost obligated to speak for other people because people are listening to your work and people are consuming your work. So they have to have something that they can relate to. I just wrote a song about Detroit, the water crisis here. Sparked that. The song I have called Rise Up is like 3 different stories in one song.
I know there's more to life than this. Rise up, where I'm at ain't good enough. Rise up.
Then I put some of my own personal life experiences, and so I really pull information and inspiration from everywhere.
Yo, we gotta stop, take a look inside ourselves, search inside our hearts. Lack of love for self leaves little for the people. Don't hate your fellow man, hate the system that teach you. Take somebody.
My band is awesome. It's called the NLR Experience. I say we're a hip-hop fusion band because it's hip-hop, but we mix a lot of jazz in there. We mix some funk. There's some elements of rock in there, so it's pretty cool. Because now you're not only working with like yourself and just writing the songs, but you're bringing songs to musicians who can then interpret the songs in their own way musically, and so they add different flavor to it.
Love heals all.
I have this concept that everyone is a revolutionary, whether it's, you know, your personal life, your community, and just really being empowered to do that, to, you know, to be somebody that's gonna like stand up for the right thing and do the right thing and be proud of that, and to be a person that, you know, lives a life of passion and just going for your goals. To see us eventually like be touring and making a living off of that, that's for sure a goal. And to just keep making music and keep encouraging people and inspiring people in any way through music, that's really the ultimate goal.
Love heals all.